Hey guys, what is up? MK Gaming here. Today we are back in War Thunder and today I'm taking out the P51-D20 NA Mustang. Now this is a premium tier 4 American plane that I recently acquired. Me and my friends were flying out this plane in a matchup against the Germans. So a few quick stats about this plane. Its top speed is 710 kilometers per hour. Maximum altitude is at 12,700 meters. The turn time is 22 seconds at 7,600 meters. So basically that tells you that this plane is a high altitude fighter. Also another thing is that the rate of climb is 18.9 meters per second. Let's just put it at 9 meters per second. It has a pretty decent climb rate, being of a Mustang. Also another thing to note about this Mustang is, although it's armed with 650 caliber machine guns, it has more ammunition than its other predecessors with 2080 rounds in a mag. Now the Mustang is one of those planes that isn't actually a great plane in the game. It is sort of just an average plane. It flies alright, it climbs alright, it turns not so great, but it's not too bad at high altitudes. However, the main strength about this plane is when it is at high altitude and when you're flying it with a squad mate or a full team, it becomes unstoppable. This plane is meant to be flown in a big squadron or at least 4 people, minimum at least one of your teammates should be side by side. Once this plane is paired up with a squad mate, boom and zoom tactic should be used when engaging either a single enemy or a group of enemies. One thing to note about this plane is always make sure that you get enough altitude before you engage anyone. Do not be turn fighting enemies at low altitude. This plane will suffer tremendously. Now of course I have a custom skin on this Mustang. It's by far one of my favorite planes in the game. When I first saw this plane, I was so geared up to unlock it. I'm talking about the basic tech tree. Of course the first variant of the Mustang wasn't that good and the second variant was slightly better. However, when I got the plane, I didn't actually feel that it was much of a wow factor. It was just an alright plane, to be honest. It's just basically an average plane. However, in this matchup, you will realize that why I emphasize on climbing high altitudes with American planes. Now I'm flying in this match with my squad mate Ghost 30K, also known as Jensen. He is flying the P47 Thunderbolt. It has a much more inferior climb rate, however it is a high altitude plane. So without further ado guys, we're going to be getting into the matchup. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be commentating as it happens on the go. Now just a quick update. I did make a mistake. I completely forgot that this was not against the Germans. We are fighting against the Japanese in this matchup. Right now Jensen is about a kilometer in front of me, about close to 2 kilometers in front of me, and I see a zero going under me, and I decide to wait at it first because there's another zero. I put the plane in aggressive climb because I know that these zeros aren't able to handle at a very high altitude. You need to know the planes that your enemies are flying. There's an A7M that's flying head on towards me. Don't want to go too long on an engagement. However, he does a big mistake and he kills himself. Basically he aggressively climbed and his plane had zero energy. I just squeezed the trigger and I got my first kill of the game. Jensen also alerted me that he was basically baiting the guy, and the guy followed up towards him and he couldn't do much. And just checking out the wreckage, Jensen flies on my right side and we are now moving up towards Alpha to engage the remaining planes. Now majority of the enemy planes are going to be heading towards Alpha. We have to however engage the zero on our altitude. His name is QBN. This guy is going to be a big threat, so I told Jensen that I'm not going to leave his side because a P47 against a zero at high altitude, things could happen, you never know. It's better to stay safe with your squad mates. However, Jensen says focus on the guy in front. He's got the guy on the left, on the right, forgive me. So I said okay. Now this zero does another daftly thing. He doesn't check his 6. He goes vertical at high altitudes when there's a Mustang approaching him at very fast speeds. I let off a quick burst. I don't get any hits, to be honest. And then I get a hit into his engine or I think it was a fuselage. He is trailing out fluid. If I'm not mistaken, it is either fuel or water, but that particular move that I did was actually quite stupid of me. I could have actually gotten killed by the Zero. I immediately put the plane in the climb rate that I am much more comfortable with, which, as you can see, it's in a very aggressive one. Now I'm doing a loop over here to make sure that I am keeping the Zero busy. However, my friendly P47 is engaging him, and I pretty much don't really need to worry about that guy. He is practically dead. Now I am checking my surroundings to make sure that there are no other planes, because majority of the enemy planes are flying under cloud cover in Alpha, and I want to just make sure that there are no planes disturbing Jensen at this altitude. The main reason why I'm checking before I dive is because Jensen doesn't have a good climb rate, and my plane has a much more superior climb rate than his. So if anything were to happen, I can climb back up easily. However, his plane isn't blessed with my climb rates, my plane's climb rate. So immediately I just check the 6 for a final time before I move down to Alpha. I let him know that of my plans, and Jensen says, okay, sure thing. Now at this particular point, I am killing my throttles and I'm diving down. As you can see, there is a lot of enemies and 2 of our friendly planes are in trouble. Jensen does follow up with me. However, we are too late to save one of the planes. The F-82 right now is being chased by a B-7A2 and another one more plane. I am flying above Jensen. I do let him know that I will fly Overwatch just in case. Zero flies underneath me. I do an invert S. I come down towards the Zero. Zero, I don't think, realizes that I'm actually approaching his 6 before it's too late, and I start shooting him. Get some hits, nothing serious. However, fly straight. You don't want to be putting the plane in an aggressive climb. Earlier I know I did it. However, in this particular case, you want to just watch what the enemy does. If the enemy follows you, don't put the plane into an aggressive climb. Gradually climb away from the enemies. Now I do another loop. I will be doing a lot more loops in this match. I do love performing it in this plane. I'm diving down right now, zeroing into the A6M5 that's on my left. However, Jensen says he has it, so I move to the runway to see if there are enemies on Alpha, and then I see 2 targets, 2 dots approaching the runway. I decide to take the shot and make it count, because I don't want the enemy team to be taking off from runway and making our team have a hard time capturing A. Now this B-7A2 does not see me coming before it's too late. I let off a burst and pilot knockout. He is dead. Set him on fire. Then I put the plane up in a vertical and I see this J2M taking off from the runway, so I immediately put the plane towards his direction and I start chasing him. Now, one thing good about the Mustang is it is a fast plane. It is equipped with better engines as the first variant of the P51. This plane is able to, as you can see, I'm already reaching speeds up to 600 meters without even putting the plane into an aggressive dive. The J2M does not stand a chance. It cannot outrun me in this style of engagement. He does try to do a last minute dive, however I don't think that's enough, and I have a strange feeling that this guy was not paying attention to me from behind, and I slowly start to creep in behind him. Now he realizes I am right on his 6 at this moment. I let off a burst, pilot knockout again, 3rd kill of the game. I also had a shadow strike streak times 3 and a water troops rescuer. Basically I saved the entire amphibious landing at Alpha. We will be capturing Alpha, however it will be too late as Jensen has gotten a kill on the A6M5. He will be getting his 3rd kill in the game, and yeah, that will be the end of the game, guys. Before you know it, I'll be trying to reach this A6M5 and it won't be in time because Jensen will get it. So guys, without further ado, let's head over to the score screen. Hey guys, we're back at the score screen, and Jensen is number 1 in the team with 3 kills, 2 ground target kills. I follow up with a second place that's also with 3 kills. Basically, that both of us had the highest kills in the game. The enemy team, however, didn't really do so well. They didn't take down much of our team, and yeah, two planes just basically dominated. Now, the one thing I want to tell you guys about the American planes is if you squad it up with a fellow ally, you guys can actually wreak havoc on the enemy team. This is mainly because that the planes handle very well at high altitude, so if you guys are able to get to that altitude, spend about 6 to 8 minutes climbing at the side. I know it seems a little bit tedious, but that's alright. Believe me, once you reach to optimal altitude, no plane can touch you at that altitude. You are much more superior than them. Basically, your plane performs much more better than theirs. And once you do that, boom and zoom on targets that are below you, and you can win. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe for more videos in the future. I'm terribly sorry I've been a little bit late on the uploads of my War Thunder gameplays. I have been really busy and not feeling too well. So I hope you guys can understand and, you know, give me a little break there. But yeah, there's going to be new things featuring on my channel, so I hope you guys stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. It means a lot to me to know that you guys are following me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Till then guys, peace out. I'm out.